By all accounts, the University of Northern New Jersey looked like a real school, had a website, a Facebook page, and even a storefront location.
But it turns out none of it was real. It was created by the feds to arrest those accused of visa fraud. 21 people were arrested as a result of the sting operation. Justice reporter Paula Reed is here with us to explain how it all went down. Paula, so explain how this sting worked. How were these 21 people arrested?
It's a crazy scam, but with very real potential consequences for national security. Now, as part of the scam, these 21 people who were arrested, they all knew that this university was a sham and that they could use it to get the paperwork to perpetrate visa fraud. But what they didn't know is that it was a sham run by U.S. immigration officials. So here's how it worked. 3 years ago, the feds set up this fake university, the University of Northern New Jersey, to try to root out immigration fraud. And eventually, these what they call brokers kind of caught wind that this university existed, and it could help them perpetrate two kinds of visa fraud. The first one is student visa fraud. Now, officials tell me that it was mostly students, foreign students, who wanted to extend their visas. And this university, if you paid a few $1,000s, they'd give you the paperwork that you needed to extend your visa. The other kind was a worker visa, H-1B visa fraud. So you could get appropriate paperwork saying that you were working in an IT project or in some other capacity at this fake university.
Well, it sounds like it was a good plan for the feds, but could the defendants argue that this is entrapment, Paula?
It's possible. They're certainly going to try. Now, over the past few years, this kind of undercover work, stings, if you will, they've become very common. Almost every single agency employs these. Sometimes they go too far and there's backlash. For example, the FBI at one point posed as an AP reporter. That came under a lot of scrutiny. They were trying to get information in an investigation. But the head of the FBI argues that some deception is sometimes necessary in criminal investigations. And Jamie, the law supports them on that. Now, I've read through a lot of the documents. It appears that in most cases, the defendants reached out to the school, but a really good defense attorney is going to try to dig around and find evidence that it was the other way around, that it was the feds or the school reaching out to them and try to argue, but for this fake university, they never would have committed these crimes.
Wow. So what's next in this investigation? What kind of punishment could some of these defendants face?
It's a very significant punishment, between 5 and 10 years in prison, up to a $250,000 fine. And today at the press conference, the U.S. attorney said he has not ruled out punishing any of the employers that were potentially involved in this, because some of these people went on, often the students who are extending their student visas, they were actually here to work and to make money. So there are a lot of questions for those employers and also the students. Now, the U.S. attorney was adamant. He said that the students who actually got these extended visas, because obviously there's a lot of concern for national security, he said they did vet each of those students who were granted these extended visas based on this fraudulent paperwork to ensure that they didn't actually pose any threat here. None of them have been charged, but that has not been ruled out.
Wow, what a fascinating story. Paula Reed, thank you so much.